the results that they've been able to garner thus far, but coming up against what is the blue wall of ENCE, I think that they're going to have a tough task ahead of them here. We're out the gates, big on the T side. 3 players quickly trundling up the canals here into Nerds. Is he aware that 2 players are close? It seems with his little pivot he is. Util flying in, pressure now, Nerds dead, prosus with the opener.
Well then, towards that B bomb site we go. Snappi, known as the caveman, defending towards Dark, and he's going to find one, but it might not be enough here. Big continuing their assault in towards the site. Man, a decent smoke and a flash to be deployed, but it looks like they've done enough here. Big will get at least the bomb plant down.
And joining us, another late substitution coming off the bench. It's Big Rich.
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? How's it going so far?
Oh, well, so far, so good for Big. One to find. Crimbo's going to get it, and there it is. A great start. God B likes the look of that. And we have the Holy Trinity map pool on our hands today, Alex. It was Ancient first, Anubis now, and Vertigo if we do need it. Now, I think the question that Henry and I were just having a discussion about is whether or not we'll need it. It does feel like after ENCE ran away from them in that second half of Ancient, you're seeing the difference in pedigree between these two teams, which is fair enough. It's fair enough. It's a new big roster, one that we're liking, but one that is probably not going to be liking their opponent today too much.
Well, a pistol's a good start, isn't it? It's going to get the juices flowing. Some nades deployed early, and a clear intention off of the rip here, Chatty B. 4 towards the A side of the map quite quickly.
Yeah, and with limited util, they've already used a couple of smokes to cotton off towards Dark and middle, so this will be direct in towards A. Diha and Madden to defend. They have util of their own to block, but it might come quicker than they're expecting.
Yeah, he's already been spotted out on that pixel, so Diha's in trouble, calling for backup. The flash isn't bad. Actually, I tell a lie. It is. He eats it. Prosus prevails. Coming on in now towards this commitment. They're not in a hurry. Bomb's going down, safe fishtail. Prosus not clearing his corners, nearly punished for it. Madden, good damage, but it seems the round has been locked on in. ENCE likely looking for a second bite of the cherry with the 3 remaining rifles.
Yeah.
Rifles?
Yeah.
Weapons.
Yeah, like small rifles.
Small as in like not a rifle at all.
They are shooty, bang, bang though.
I guess a scout's a sort of rifle, right? It's a sniper rifle.
True, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Henry.
It's no problem whatsoever, really. Tabson looking to remove said rifles, and we'll get a bit more than he bargained for. Taking damage en route. Snappi will drop him here. Should be traded out by Mantu, and their campaign to save anything is not looking good whatsoever. SunPayus hits the deck as well. Just poor old Nerds now.
What can we rhyme with rifle? Rifle, trifle?
Trifle, rifle.
Stifle.
Stifle. Oh, it's a Henry.
Yeah, that's a good one. And what else is there?
An Eiffel.
Eiffel. You're killing it today.
We've all copped an Eiffel before.
Oh, an Eiffel. Ooh, not bad.
An Eiffel.
An Eiffel. The thing is you don't want to just go through the alphabet. Madden, it's round
Come on,
2,
bruh.
my G.
He just won round number
He wears his heart on
16
his
to 9.
sleeve, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he always shows the emotion, for better or for worse.
Should we call him Mad Lad when he's in this type of form?
Yeah.
Madden when he's chill, and Mad Lad when he's losing his cool.
Seeing red.
So, we have got the Nerds 5-7 still with the helmets, but not much more to speak of. A few upgraded pistols, no Kevlar, and it's Tabson playing a map towards the B main. Trying to crack things open here. He's got a few players to deal with. It's actually a bit of a stack towards B. A wide open A bomb site, and Big have made the perfect call. It's Tabson who's just confirming that he thinks B is under threat. His teammates will confirm the round victory as they plant the bomb here. No problem whatsoever.
While we have this bogey round, the economical on our hands here, I just wanted to show the two of you. You're both well aware of the confectionery product known as Nerds, right? As opposed to Nerds, the player we have in the server.
Yes.
What if we can try and facilitate some form of a crossover where Nerds gets his own line of Nerds? So instead of there being these little jibbly wibblies here on the screen, it's Nerds' face.
3 times.
And he can pick the color of his nerds that he'd like to have out there.
Nerds is Nerds. It does have some...
What kind of flavor would they be, though? Would it be like a fruity flavor? Would it be something real sour?
It'd have to pack a punch, right?
Oh, yeah,
maybe it could
punch.
be a fruit punch.
Yeah.
Hey, now we are really workshopping this, guys.
Nerds, fruit punch.
Yeah. It'd be cool if it was like, yeah, I don't know. It rhymed as well.
Yeah.
Like
some alliteration in there probably needed.
Yeah.
It's nothing. I'm
But,
trying.
but I appreciate we are
in the bottom of the barrel right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's our specialty. Show us a barrel, watch us scrape it. 3-0 though, ENCE. Not the best start, but it is considered a T-sided affair. They've lost a pistol, and we've got a SunPayus AWP. Now, he is incredibly sharp throughout this tournament, especially in the first map as well. He absolutely dominated Big.
Dark pick, looks like it.
Go on.
Smoked off. Denied. Oh, not smoked off. It was a mid-smoke, a CT mid-smoke. All right, well, that's exactly what the Pius needs to do.
Yeah.
Look, while I was watching him in the last map, he was all over the shop. He was everywhere he needed to be and
That's
more,
his thing,
so
though,
he was
right?
having a great game.
He calls at the start of each round like where he wants to go. Snappi normally agrees, and off he goes, gets the job done.
And he's already finding himself, a bit of a whiff there. 2 CT smokes thrown out on A. But SunPayus, he's holding B main now, so that floating AWP. After finding the pick onto prosus.
Is there a flash here, or is it just on the fade?
Looks like it's fade. No one else got that flashbang pull. They say that as well. The Molotov comes in first. They are vying for control of Dark. And still with 60 seconds left, there's no hurry here for Big, but at the disadvantage, they are expecting a
very noisy too.
Positioning of those CTs. That nade, that really hurts. It's going to get worse for him. Just like that, SunPayus returns. Same spot, second frag. There could be more from the Spaniard here. Just at the nick of time, since looking at the floorboards as SunPayus gets his third.
It certainly sets the tone for the remainder of the gun rounds, doesn't it? Nerds oversteps the mark, pushes out of Dark. Grimbo finding something in return, and Tabson's got some space as well. He'll have to find a lot more if he's going to stand a chance in a 3 versus 1. The bomb is down, 20 seconds remain, and he has no utility to speak of here, so we'll have to use brute force to try and do anything with this. The time ticks away. No one's giving him an opportunity. There's one, but still, nothing can really be done here. The bomb, no way of retrieving it, and he's down to 25 points of health.
Do they swing him after time? 8-7. It's going to continue to trickle. Don't worry about the swing. Snappi's going to have the clear, and there you have it. The first CT-sided round for ENCE will be notched on the board, and that's all SunPayus. I imagine, as you just mentioned there, Henry, that's an AWPer's call. It used to be the best thing back in the day when your AWPer knew what they wanted to do. You could call the round around them, and as an in-game leader, it means you don't have to tell people necessarily what you need. You can just go there, okay, I'm holding a flash for him in case he gets blind. I can flash him out of trouble. All right, I can reposition.
You want your superstar to have an ego in that respect. You want him to know where he wants to go. You want to be told. You don't want to have to ask him. Back in the day, famously, Skadoodle didn't have that sort of assertion
until they won the major.
Exactly right. So you need a bit of ego to be a world-class AWPer, in my opinion, and you'll have to see it. We'll see where he tries to open things up once again. This time positioned in towards middle. So it's changing things up every single round. Looking for that boost right now. It's Mantu. Much more passive in his approach. Plays by the book. And he's waiting for any sort of aggression here. Madden. Wow. Great shot with the AK.
But you see the confidence of the aim there. So SunPayus covering off the boost, which is a common counter to the deep CT mid-smoke. They just stand stoic. They're not being harassed. They're not being mollied. There's nothing, right? There's no resistance from Big. They're not showing their hand, and they're not looking for damage. But Madden is a second. Is this confidence on the CT side. We saw similar scenes on Ancient.
They're just getting aimed on, aren't they? Willing to take the Jules Arends back at themselves. Boost late. This is nice. If they could just spot Tabson crossing. Wasn't quite good the first time. The second does connect. Tabson's down. prosus into the site with Mantu's help. Solid double up from prosus. Bomb was loose on Tabson's corpse. A missed shot from Mantu. Info flows. Diha pushed out of A main. Madden, though, he's the next on the chopping block as Mantu and prosus are turning this round on its head.
Yeah, who would have thought? It looked like a done deal, but Big with a resurgence here, round number 5. Just poor old Diha left in the 2 versus 1, pretty far removed from the equation as well. He's got a Molotov and a flash diffuse kit as well, just considering his options here as he creeps in towards the connector.
What a miserable position, Henry. If he makes any steps, they know exactly where he is. Right. Both of them can turn the attention. It's one of the positions he found himself where it's a long rotation, so he is having a look, and the timing, it's worked out for him perfectly.
Yeah. Mantu's dead, but is there really time to get his bum on the bomb?
He Molotov's main, he wins.
Oh,
it's just, unfortunately, he doesn't make the right read. And what can you expect? It's prosus picking up a hat-trick there. Some amazing shots in towards that B bomb site.
We just lost 2 times.
Oh, go on, Tabson. Tell him.
Yeah, give us the source, Tabson.
We just lost 2 times on what?
Yeah, that's right.
It could be the initial exchanges, right? It could be the initial exchanges that they're talking about, right? So over towards B was where they had issues with SunPayus' AWP. This was prosus. To be fair, they lost the trades into the site. It was prosus who bailed them out with the double, which were, mad lad, what's going on?
Brother.
Someone, he is losing his cool.
Brother, man.
It's not a full invest. There is a Hero M4 in the hands of Madden here. They are trying to... Yeah, that was going to continue keeping the mounting, isn't it?
It's fine.
Just take a deep breath.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, we've talked about it with Gob the other day. It seems like it's very in vogue right now to have the Hero M4, and even on the CT side, it can be very powerful. But for now, it's Sin. Finding an opening frag, Madden. Can he do anything with the M4? Apparently not. Mowed down by that MAC-10 through the smoke. They'll recover the rifle, but they are losing players left and right. 2 remain, and Nerds picked up the rifle, but Yeah, the speculative shots, not really much you can do over here. Big are off to a fantastic start on the T side of Anubis. Will surely be planting soon, but they're trying to make sure they can remove absolutely everything. No rush here to plant.
So what do we got? 2,900 coming into the next round of play here. Can start doing a little bit of math to see what the purchase will look like. SunPayus will definitely have an AWP. Currently has over 3K to his name, so that should be no dramas whatsoever.
Yeah, but a fifth. When do I start ringing the alarm bell? It's not yet, is it, Chad? It's
No, I still think it's too
half
early.
of the course.
Yeah, have a couple more gun rounds go against ENCE, and then you can really start to worry about them and their CT side. It is curious, right? So Madden has the hero M4 in that round. Snappi's hoping to hold it. But when I was getting to talk to Snappi last night, he said, you know, they remove a lot of the issues when the in-game leader, right? If he tells somebody to go for a hero M4 in this moment, they know that Snappi's going to give them the M4 in the next round, not off of the save, off of his own bank balance. So even if this rifle isn't saved, you're likely to see right here, Snappi drop the M4 for Madden and Snappi get an MP9 or something lighter in the mix. And that way, the players, they're not so worried about giving over those type of rifles. It means, hey, they'll likely take that chance. So let's see if it follows through with Snappi's rule of thumb.
Yeah, that's quite a good insight, actually. Very selfless and Snappi, but it all adds up, makes sense.
He currently still has the M4.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
So maybe he lied to me last night.
Coming through it.
Snappi's law. I mean, I saw that podcast was long. You did a 3-hour chat with him.
Yeah, we were getting to the end, and Snappi was like, hey, I have to go home and do my, well, not prep. He'd already prepped, but in terms of his routines to keep in shape for the matches. And I was like, yeah, no, that's fair enough. We weren't holding it as long as he wanted to be there.
Yeah,
so.
I saw him tweeting, like he said something along the lines of, I was on the clock, you know, like he still had work to do when he got home.
Yeah. Well, he
Respect
came after practice. He practiced all day, then came and sat there with Yanko and I where we watched the Heroic series last night for 3 hours, and we just
shot the shit, as it were.
Talk shop.
Lovely, lovely stuff.
Let's get into counter.
You could say. You certainly could. As we get that SunPayus AWP, but 5 rifles for Big, as ENCE are looking to try and find them post their second. All the guns are blazing here.
They're going to push dark.
They are. Sin's already across.
Oh, and they backed off. So an opening gambit. Tested the water, but look at Tabson's position over towards pool.
Yeah, he loves that. Goes with those aim map duels. No one offering anything up, though. Lots of damage inflicted towards D-Hab.
Diligent flash.
And we are going to see the pressure continue this side of the map. Bear in mind the bombs this side as well.
But there's problems for ENCE right now because they used all that util to go for the opener. Now they only have 2 incendiaries left. They kind of have to re-aggress and look for a fight at some point.
They are. Snappi's pushing up on the canals. This is a prosus fight. He's got Nerds as well jiggling. This is a really difficult fight for prosus to take. Didn't fall clear. Baited now. Seen the leg of Nerds. Snappi might be a forward of that flashbang. And oh, that's nice work from prosus. Confirms it. Has a teammate with him. And Mantu's got the bomb, but he has a good spray as well. Gets away by a hair. And still, Big Clan, they found themselves the opening.
So the CT's already been quite active here, and now in a man disadvantage. SunPayus looking to pick up the pieces, pushing in towards A main with the AWP. Bear in mind, D has low as well. Nerds might want to be flashed in here as he probes towards B main. A duel coming up. Not giving it straight away, and Tabson peaks at the right time. Gives him the 5-on-3, 30 seconds here. And yeah, you're right, Chad. I don't think there's anything to do there. Out of position, one player towards Temple with the MP9.
That's made things awkward.
Yeah, it should be fine. Look at that nice smoke there towards Temple, as prosus should be able to find Madden if he did swing out on the plant. It's the only way it can really go wrong if he somehow gets a double kill. It's not the best smoke, actually. Will lead to a frag, but still a 4 versus 3. They've got no chance of retaking. 2 mores on towards that A bomb side. That's going to be Diha and SunPayus.
But if they stay alive with at least 2 players, well, hopefully 3, they can drop some M4s. Gob happy with that, as we can see.
I was making sure Mantu was actually dead before you're shaking hands there.
Yeah.
Preemptive, but yeah, Mantu is dead. It's fine.
Yeah, you don't want to have another one of those heaven strafes. Was it rain?
With the fist bump, right? And he,
the end of the round, like he was still like, you know, running to do the strafe down into the lower side.
Oh, and he like give him a little bump.
And he's like pushed him, and he just ended up cratering, and it must win, you know. Hilarious, but hasn't happened again. I think that's one of those only happens
It's
once.
always hard as well at the end of the round when your teammates are so fired up and they want to give you the fist bump because it's part of that like process and everything you do, but you're the guy running, trying to scamper to get the AWP, picking up all the nades and stuff like that. Yeah, boys, I'm happy. I'm really happy.
1 minute.
Hold up, let me get all the goodies. Okay, so now Snappi will take an MP9.
Okay.
So there you go, worked out just a couple of rounds later, but it was really important. So this is the patch of rounds where we can start to get worried for ENCE because they're taking their first tactical timeout. They're going to have a conversation. The loss bonus is now in their favor heavily. It has been throughout this half, but it's maxed out. So the CTs with a few saves can always keep having rifles come through. Our issues when we look is just the sheer lack of frags, right? The rounds haven't necessarily been close. There was the moment where prosus broke through with the double trade or the double kill onto that B site, which I think has set the tone in this patch of rounds that we're looking at. This is where ENCE can, now with what should resemble pretty much a full buy, go back to regular programming of their approach to this game. And we should see them go to something a bit more default. Doesn't have to be as desperate. They're not just worried about, you having an opening gambit and hoping that util they use is perfect. This can be a bit more of a standard round. But remember, the only round they won was SunPayus going bonkers with the AWP.
Yeah. I'm still feeling good for ENCE. I still think they can actually come back and find maybe 7 rounds. And we'll see where round number 8 will take us for now. SunPayus heading towards B, as Chad mentioned. Snappi on the MP9, but that's not a problem if you ask me. Can be a very versatile weapon in the right hands. Mantu waiting for the aggression towards Dark. They're going to start encroaching on said position. Prosus leading as he makes his way through Canal. So bomb is down for now, so don't expect anything too quick. But the CT's on the front foot towards B main here. So we're going to see SunPayus joined by Snappi. So here's the opportunity to explore his options, try and hunt for information. As Big jostle for control towards Dark, trying to get Prosus inside if possible.
It's just like banana control, isn't
it? It really is. Exactly
just a tiny banana.
Yeah.
What are those little bananas called?
A microcosm of banana. Not a plantain.
No, but yeah, there is those little baby bananas. Yeah, what are they called? Probably not baby bananas.
There are ladyfinger bananas.
Now we're talking.
You can get baby sweet corn.
Chad,
right?
get on the banana research.
I should know about bananas from back in my day. Let me have a look.
We had the pickle segment yesterday or the day before. So now the bananas, perhaps? Micro bananas?
Well, I mean, 45 seconds at this point could get themselves into a pickle.
And he's not talking about Charlie.
He's not talking about Charlie, it's Crimbo. Puts D her in an early grave. 35, that's a nasty one to concede as an A anchor. Fortunately,
Madden accelerate now, they have to.
Has channeled him into SunPayus. Good work on the AWP. Doesn't need to repeat, but he might. Does fire off another shot. Sin, he's doing good moves. He's got Nerds as well to rely upon. SunPayus down. Nerds looking the wrong way. Mantu's been run over. And if tabseN can isolate the duel, he's making this clutch happen. He doesn't have time to go away. He doesn't have time to go away. He has to plant on B. Molly makes it very clear. tabseN could be walked on here. Madden should have the element of surprise. tabseN, got to be alert. Got to be aware of the potential for a close quarters engagement. Madden catches him. And that's a big delivery of a must-win round. ENCE get their second, right down to a one-on-one.
Good Lord. It wasn't as comfortable as they might like, but Madden with the perfect timing there as he pushes up on a planting tabseN. It comes down to the minutiae there. A couple of seconds later, he gets spotted. tabseN wins the round, as Chad mentioned, in 15 points of health. And it was a very, very difficult round for them to get over the line. Only one player surviving as well. Big have tons of money going forward, and that's the final frag. Just hoping tabseN wouldn't be looking in his direction. And it will be only the second round they've picked up so far.
So we talked about now this patch of rounds and where ENCE need to come alive. It has to be consecutive because it needs to deal with this, well, yet again, buy of Big. Once they deal with this, now they're back in control of the game. They're in control of the finances, and the score can go from being 6-1 to 6-4 or 5 if ENCE play their cards right.
This is feeling like a B exec, no? They drop some nades back towards Crimbo. They've got someone working Dark. And a lot of action here towards the SunPayus AWP. Is he really going to find impact again? The answer's yes. tabseN walking out with his knife out. Swing from Sin gets nothing done. And ENCE repel the invaders. Nerds go out. Maybe prosus can forge a path back in. He certainly nearly has found SunPayus. And Mantu's the one to put him down.
They can play the mid round now. That's great. You're happy with that exchange. There's no rush. You don't have to commit towards this side. Nobody's full committed. If Crimbo oversteps the mark, he's going to get the volley off. It gives away the kill. Overstepping the mark as prosus continues forward, and now it's just poor Mantu.
Oh, yeah, everything you were saying, Chad, you know, you had me believe in it.
Yeah, it just came down to that moment, deciding to pull the molly, throw it in towards Glizzy, and unfortunately, ENCE will find perfect timing once again. Snappi with 3 massive frags there. Solid B hold, and we're seeing the Big economy starting to rot here.
Yeah, the game changes now, right? Because Big can only take a partial here. They could justify, what, Galil's on the likes of Crimbo.
It's not worth it.
No, it isn't.
How many players survived? It was 3. If you got it down to a one-on-one, maybe. I think just a little partial buy. Get the Deagles out.
This is where some teams would probably do the AK drop, right, that we've been talking about a lot in the meta to try and keep the cash low. And then next round, maybe they have to operate with a Tech 9 or a Mac 10. But this is where Big maybe being a bit more conservative in their financial approach. This is why we see just some Deagles, a very light smattering of investment. So if they don't get a lot of damage done, ENCE get to start building that CT bank. And then you've got some real issues as Nerds. Well, he's going for a slide down the lazy river.
I don't mind it at all.
The lazy river. You ever done one of those?
I have. Actually, really enjoy it. I think there's one in Malta as well. It's like
There is a water
There is a war part.
That's
Hang on.
3 kills in the blink of an eye.
Yes.
A's
and
completely open.
If SunPayus doesn't kill Sin, they are guaranteed a man advantage.
Bomb.
Not anymore, they're not. Thompson's lost the bomb.
okay.
But look at the damage dealt to the 2 of the remaining CTs, right? This is still probably stringent on the next engagement. Who takes it?
Oh, the bloody bomb in the
And
doors.
they don't have armor either. These Ts, they're going to have to surely group up.
It's quite a nice idea, though. They've got a lot of time. Both going
Snappi.
beach, and there's a free flag. Snappi didn't see it coming. Now it's down to SunPayus, though. Positioned well. He actually might be able to bring this down to 1v1 sooner than you might expect.
Prosus not going to be ready for this. Doesn't get doesn't get him. Doesn't get him.
bullets.
Still, maybe with the last 9, he can find Sin as well. Yes, he can. SunPayus pulls the 4th home from ENCE despite Big Clan and some heroics with those sidearms.
Oh, you're not happy with that, though, if you're ENCE. You'll take the round
certainly.
victory. You'll be, okay, well, at least now it's only a 2-round differential, but, that sucks, doesn't it? Now you're pretty strung out for cash, and you know, no,
Well,
Big.
Chad, there's actually some good news here. Yeah, they're not going to
They're
be
doing the classic Big,
exactly.
Henry.
They're allowing them to build back into the game.
The classic Big.
That was the moment. This is the time to strike, and you could actually maybe uppercut them into a half victory. But at this point, they are going to enter with Tech 9s, like a little basic utility. Not to say it's impossible, but it's not a punishing round by any stretch.
Yeah, it's so
Man's going to get caught.
interesting.
Man is dead.
Dropped out of the
What is going
window.
on, ENCE?
Hyper aggression. Snappi's now been caught out. Still manages to tame 1.5. Easy shot for SunPayus to collect, and leaping through the smoke
Nerds
to his
is pinned.
demise is Thompson. They want Nerds, and he knows he's got to keep himself on a swivel. Does get caught out, turned around. Mantu and Sin have opened up the B site, and it's SunPayus in the clutch.
Another 1v2.
They're going to make this work,
Surely.
despite not investing. Big Clan have humbled ENCE here. Smoking a kit, but not ready for the swing. Mantu.
Let's go, Walter.
He's definitely pumping today. Is that 12? Yeah, it's 12th frag, top of the table, Mantu.
Well, that's about the best outcome you could ask for there. The half buy, on the moment you could break them as well. It's going to hurt in more ways than one. ENCE have got to call. Oh, it's actually
I
Big
think this
calling
is
the
a
timeout.
gob, like, finance
Yeah.
thing. He's like checking in with what the opponent have.
I imagine that as well, but also to have those 2 back-to-back rounds that were quite intense.
Yeah.
Just chill for a second,
blood's
understand where
pumping.
you're at in the half.
Right.
But I don't want to call this a tilt buy ENCE, but it's definitely a confident buy. Let's frame it that way. They immediately shoved all in as soon as we came back into freeze time. SunPayus into the AWP, Madden straight in with a 5-7. And this is with next round they were going to have the 2,400 loss bonus. So if everybody had just left 2K in the bank balance, it would have been a full buy for ENCE next round. This is where the game can start to get out of hand.
Well, it's a very important round. It's big to call the tactical timeout after finding the previous round with the Tech 9s and the Galil.
Were these the bananas you were talking about, Henry, by the way?
That's
Tiny little ones top
That's
left.
the lady
yeah.
fingers.
Oh, right, there it is. I'd love to try one day.
I don't know why they're called lady fingers. I never got to the etymology of the name.
Well, we'll get the team on it.
Smaller fingers.
SEO, you know what to do.
So this could be executed. Going to do a nade towards Dark at the very least here.
Nerds.
And there's a player to receive. Nerds down to 27 points of health. As Chad mentioned, this is somewhat of a force buy. D still has $2,000. He'd have to drop going forward for SunPayus. But speaking of which, he's got the AWP. The round is built around him to actually have some impact here. Try and find that first pick. For now, positioning towards the A. Takes over as the anchor. Looking towards main, and you can see Big just trying to bleed out the utility. Get rid of the smokes. Gob was a big fan of just making sure you bleed out all 5 before you make your first move.
And now they will. Mid-utility limits to his options. He's trapped now behind the double doors or retreat, and he's opted for the latter.
Smart. You never want to get isolated in limbo around that area.
And it's what, 2 AK swinging into you?
And now he's even been flushed even further back. So really good use of util here from Big. Well, that it makes you think it could be looking like a little bit of a split either way.
Yeah, with the drop-down opportunity from Window as well, they can take this wherever they want. It looks to be a B finish. Mantu's got the bomb.
30 seconds.
And there's a bit of a stack, though, towards B main. We've got Nerds and Madden watching towards Dark.
If he
Just
mollies
clean up
now,
the
that's 7 seconds. They can't... What?
Snappi. Down. Still got time if they can get through these 2. Dancing around the dark pillar. Madden still got that lethal close range weapon. And
way.
the 5-7 had connected into 2. A different round. But Big Clan looking to seal the deal with an 8. With SunPayus' orb. Yeah, I mean, surely this is a high priority save. As I was
Yeah.
about to try and finish my sentence. Never mind. No AWP for you.
Well, the remainder of this half for ENCE is now about recovery. And Henry, you mentioned before it is a T-sided map. I tend to agree with that. I think the CTs have started to investigate more options, right? And starting to feel more comfortable with the approach. Because in the beginning, the Ts are using the timings. They're looking at what util to deal with most of the common positions. And the CTs are coming out with counters to that. And we've seen a lot of those start to trickle in.
I think if ENCE just get 5 rounds here, they'll be absolutely fine. I think it's their T side that they really shine. So this isn't getting out of control by any sense. They'll still have the AWP going forward as well. In terms of loss bonus, should be getting to what, 2,900 next round. Won't be the best fight, but DH saved that extra 4,200, bear in mind, to make sure they could bring out the AWP for their star player, Mr. SunPayus. First kill comes through for Big. It's Crimbo to open the fragging here in round number 13, and he'll continue his assault here towards the A side, considered one of the hottest prospects in CSGO right now. And it's going to be a trade in return. SunPayus doing well with a Deagle, even better from DH with that USP. That's all he'll find, but the round is confirmed now for Big, surely, as the bomb is planted.
I think it's interesting when you consider the type of pace that Big are approaching the game. It's very slow, as you mentioned before, like bleeding out all the smokes before making a move, which shows you it's just default heavy, which is probably the opposite of what ENCE want to play against. They'd like something a bit more flowy, a bit more tempo-paced, where their players can get in the thick of things, play around the smokes. Because we've seen when these rounds come in late and it's isolated in maybe 3v4 scenarios where Big are executing in, maybe they will lose the first kill, but they're trading out quite well with one of their individuals. Prosus's name has come at the tip of our tongue a couple of times, 14 for 7 now. So he's had good impact in some of those key gun rounds. And that's another point as well, right? Like the gun rounds, if you're getting a multi-kill in a gun round compared to getting a multi-kill in Nico, the impact you're having for your team is through the roof.
Right.
But ENCE have tried aggression with lighter util. They've also had a few gun rounds where it just haven't hit the mark. So I don't know what they're going to opt with here in the final 2 rounds, but this is a great showing from Big after map number 1 falling by the wayside. Very limp in the second half.
Yeah, wasn't really much to speak of from Big there. They've been very impressive in the tournament, taking down Heroic 2-0 as well, bear in mind. No one saw this coming, but finally showing some of that previous form here on the second map and on their opponent's pick as well. But Big, they're going to have a chance to bring gold back in the proceedings. It's actually an ENCE tactical timeout here. As mentioned, SunPayus will still have the AWP. Concessions to be made, though. They only have 1 kit, a couple of players without helmets, make it 3, and there's no MAC-10s in the mix, so they should be fine here. But this tactical timeout gives Big an opportunity to think, what are they going to bring to the table? They're going to be moving SunPayus around. Where will we be looking for that aggressive pick?
You'd love to go fast, or at least I would, but
I think so.
They've gone so default heavy that I'd probably just expect another one of these rounds where they really take their time.
I'd like to see a very fast round from Big here.
Give them an uppercut.
Yeah.
Is that in with Big's wheelhouse, though?
I think they have executes, but in terms of going pedal to the metal with an AW, probably not, right? Actually, it is a 4-1 split.
I don't know. This actually could be the call we're looking for here. 4 players in towards A. They've done the default utility, smoke off dark and middle, remove vision from the CT so they can't actually probe these key choke points here. And it's not going to be the rush, but maybe the fast set piece.
Yeah, Madden's walking mid. He's looking for answers. Snappi does swallow that grenade. And Madden again with these drops. This time he's rewarded. Prosus can't believe it. There's a good trade back. Look at this from Nerds, though. Nearly catching Crimbo down to 20 HP. So a 4-on-4. A anchor to be tested is DH, forward position main.
No more block util, just a flash to his name.
Heaven smoked.
Yeah, this was the plan all along to try and get in toward that A side. The bomb's still there. They've got a slight lug towards middle from tabseN, who makes a bit of a meal of it, but gets a kill on Nerds, and they've got the man advantage here, looking for 10 rounds on the board on their T side.
Is that a T-smoke? Look at the radar.
It might be, you know.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Did they extinguish a molly?
But yeah, could have been.
Can't get any more. That's the bomb down at least. I say that with bated breath. tabseN catches SunPayus on the push just through the flames. Snappi, we saw him swallow the nade on jail. It doesn't seem like he's going to have much freedom in this round either. Give it a go. Give it a shake. Antu's holding. Like that map. Opportunity to get yourself straight into the quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, you bang on. You bang on, and that's one of the conversations around this match. We can come in and go, okay, well, you're in the playoffs. It doesn't matter what happens here. You're still going to get an opportunity in a couple weeks' time. Or you could frame this as an early playoffs game.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I could get 1 step forward in the playoffs. That means you would only have to win a quarterfinal, semifinal, grand final. You save yourself 1 whole best of 3, 1 whole team you have to prep for. So it is an important game, but it is hard to get out of bed in the morning knowing that you're already through, like the job is already done. So it's going to come down to the support stuff around these teams to assist them in getting in the right mind frame.
Wow. Final round of this first half, second map. Big with an enormous lead. As we see a very weak, underwhelming buy here for ENCE. First duel come in, Diha.
Oh,
Quiet
wow.
this second map, but that's an excellent spray down towards A main. Will they commit? The bomb is there. I don't think they can justify going any further. tabseN certainly can, though, trying to pick up the pieces if possible. 3 versus 2 now as the in-game leader starting to shine.
Wow, that is a captain's performance out of tabseN. Just completely flips around on its head. Only SunPayus capable of voicing concerns on the A side. He's got the angle for the A con. Nertz looking to join him slowly, flanking onto tabseN. prosus, this is audible. SunPayus aware of at least one of the 3. Now he takes the fight. Knows where the 2 of them are. SunPayus, he's taking off heads. Oh, it's up to prosus. He's low HP, knows where Nertz is. Brave to take the fight. Brave, but he's punished. And there's the 5 ENCE we're aiming for. Looks competitive. Can ENCE end in 2 and secure the quarterfinals, or will Big take us the distance?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You're watching ESL Pro League in its 18th season, and currently we're in the Group B upper bracket final. ENCE taking on Big. Second half of Anubis coming up, and we've got the Maltese Falcons up in the booth. How we doing, boys?
Oh, I am feeling hyped. I'm feeling amped for a third map. I don't know if we're going to get one. I think the fact that both of you agreed that 5 would be functional for ENCE has got me feeling a little
glad we got
concerned.
that. At least it's a good litmus test for our analysis, and ENCE moving over.
I'm still trying to think what noise a falcon makes. So,
right? Yeah, that's what I've been doing, but it's more chicken, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a lot on the plate.
A lot on the plate. He's got 2 more swinging in, and he's taking name, taking 3 with the Glock, and Snappi's hitting shots too. ENCE have warmed up now. You can see the bookmakers are expecting to see ENCE take it in 2, and a nice shot out of Crimbo in a 1v2.
And the bomb is loose, so Nerds needs to go back and grab that one. Dia disconnected from the pack, and Crimbo has been great in the clutch. Maui Snake watching at home with a bit of the co-stream will go mental with a nunchuck routine if he wins this one.
He is the biggest Crimbo fan right now, and for good reason. He's had an amazing tournament, the brightest star, I would say, in upcoming Counter-Strike, and for now, 2-on-1.
Winnable round.
Most definitely. He knows where Nerds was, right? But the fact that he's still there. Oh, there you go. Crimbo isolating some jewels, hitting some bullets, sneeze one to the head. Ideally, he's getting whittled away at. Dia peppers him at range, connects onto the head, and so ENCE will take that T-side pistol.
Well, certainly a little bit more uncomfortable than they anticipated after the emphatic start towards B main. They mowed them down. It looked like it was a done deal. Crimbo gets close to clutching out the round, but it was been a done deal here. Nerds with 3 massive frags to open things up, and the bomb didn't have to be planted there. So ENCE back on their feet as we go 10-6, and we'll see if there's a force buy in response. Now, we have got one, but it's going to be the MP9s in the hands of Sin and Crimbo, and 3 Deagles otherwise. Make it 2. Prosus got the 5-7, so a little bit of utility, 3 smokes remaining here, but good territory control from Snappi as he monosols towards the dark position. His teammates outside B, looking for a set piece here, nice and early.
This is cheeky. It feels like you'd get absolutely owned here, but I guess if they're on a tight jiggle and they're looking sight and they overstep just mildly, but Tabson takes the round into his own hands.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a banger.
Yeah, has he got any more where that came from? Yeah, this is what you were expecting to see. Rounding the corner, crosshair on the nose. Tabson gets away for a moment as the nade will finish the job. Nice work, team play to equalize. They're rather divided here. You can see that Snappi and Dia are towards the T stairs. Madden and SunPayus with all of this main control.
Hey, look, it was a nice shot. Even Nerds said it. So that's how we know it was a nice shot. Thanks, Nerds.
Confirmed. Well, the default smoke is down, but can Madden do anything with it? These Deagles are becoming problematic. The MP9 shreds through Snappi as well. Has to drop down to save himself. SunPayus will bring it back to a 3 versus 3, and the call has been made. They're going to try and make their way towards the A side, but there's a double stack here. The MP9's doing a lot of work, and SunPayus, he'll keep the dream alive with 30 seconds remaining. Can Prosus do anything about this? Gives up his position, unfortunately, and that's a bomb plant guaranteed. Leaping through the smoke, potentially knows it's not worth it. The flashbang might help him out, and it's an all-in maneuver, and one he might be able to pull off it. Way to go! And it is going to be the force buy victory for Big Clan.
What a massive round for Prosus. One of these kids brought up from the academy. It's not Crimbo in the clutch, but this kid's Christmas has come just now. What a massive round.
Look at the 5-7 work. Tabson, he did start this round off with a banger. Nerds confirmed a nice shot. Mantu also puts his Deagle in the ring, but this flash push 5-7 for mobility, second awareness, info onto SunPayus.
Yeah.
That's going to hype him up, and having all of his boys looking at him, celebrating with him, that is going to get the fire in his belly roaring as Big look to take us the distance.
What a sick little play that is as well. As I mentioned, the smoke down there, you'd think the round is over. There's not many options, but he found the flashbang at that point. Right-clicks it through, doesn't flash himself. They turn away, and he gets the 2 versus 1 under his belt. Absolutely massive for Big Clan.
And a massive investment from ENCE.
Oh, you're right there. The AK-47 for SunPayus. He's been carrying this ENCE side. He's up to 17 kills, but they've got pistols and MAC-10s otherwise. And for now, 3 players once again outside B. It's the AK-47 patrolling the proximity. No CT's close.
Tabson's holding, or at least it was. He's now upping. What is Tabson up to
what's he
here?
cooking?
Is he smoking A main? I think he just smoked A main.
Ooh, info. Lots of info, and he's got a good setup.
Yeah, it was A main, you're right.
that's the end of that for ENCE. They put so much into it. They really need SunPayus' rifle to do all the dirty work, and it's already fallen apart. Trying to make space was Nerds, but Mantu has repelled. Bomb is lost. Round to follow. Big Clan send ENCE back to the doldrums.
Oh, God, really like that one.
That's what you want behind you. That's the energy you need. Fire the boys up, keep their heads in the game, celebrate their success, and that's a massive round for Big to find as well, because they've broken the finances here. Oh, Chad, they're force buying again.
Yeah, they have to now. This is the ENCE way. We have quite polar opposite in terms of approaches to the game.
It's the dark side versus the light.
Oh, no.
And honestly, after that first half, the tilt was starting to creep in with ENCE. If I'm SunPayus, I'm thinking, where the hell are my teammates been for the majority of this map? Because he's been doing a lot of work that they haven't even converted upon in a lot of these occasions. So the tilt, setting in, sinking in, SunPayus pins one to the back wall, prosus gets away, and Sin gets more.
Go on. Oh, that's a lot of damage, but it's not the lethality they were hoping for. That should have been round defining. There is an A player present. Mantu scurried over there in time. Rifles have been recovered, and things will slow down for a moment.
Yeah, they can reset the round here. They might as well. They've recovered an M4, an MP9 as well. They've got a lot of utility, all things considered. Molotov, smokes, and now a bit of control. Maybe even the advantage as both CTs group up towards A. They're trying to work out their next maneuver, and they're going to hunt for information here using the buddy system. Going to try and push.
Look at this angle.
And I think they've read it. Madden should be good for a kill here. SunPayus will hold for it as well. They've got the perfect read.
Just looking away now, but still perfect angle.
That was prosus, was the dark play. They know.
Hey, maybe not. Bomb's still there. Don't have to take this fight, Mantu. You don't have to. That confirms his position vaguely. Smoke on top. That's going to mark his intentions. Second guessing it is Mantu. Doesn't want to be caught pushing through a smoke. SunPayus has bought himself a lot of time to set up in the post plant.
Well, here we go then. The Spaniard to set it up once again. This time in the 1 versus 1. Mantu couldn't be further away. He knows it. Has to get his skates on now. He's got a single flashbang to work with. He knows that SunPayus could be on the prowl as well. Both of them hovering around 20 frags, playing incredibly well here. Mantu taking his time though. Got the kip. AK-47 in hand, but he's got so many angles and corners to clear at this point. Dark, no problem, but by the time he gets to the bomb, he's got one chance of a fake, and that's about it.
Yeah, he's just going to have to gamble on main or
there it is, the one tap.
Round. SunPayus calling his bluff. It's going to jiggle out. Ooh, he gets his gun on him.
Wow.
But SunPayus, he started that round with a deagle banger. He closes with 3 and a clutch. And ENCE, they will get a new second wind off the back of the Spaniard.
How many times is he going to bail them out? That's the question, though. It was a force buy. Bear in mind, so that's a huge round for ENCE to pick up here, but it comes down to the wire once more. But SunPayus playing it to perfection. The utility usage towards A main, just locking him out. With the Molotov, the smoke, he bought himself a good 20 seconds there before Mantu could even move into position.
Oh!
And now they've got the upper hand. What did I miss?
Snappi trying to get them fired up. You don't see Snappi yell like that too often, right? They definitely can get loud over there on the end side of things, but that's almost like Snappi either sending a message to Gob or just trying to get the boys fired up. Either way, I love the energy today.
Yeah, all on the line here. Fighting for a quarterfinal slot. It's big now on the back foot with the force buy. Pistols, SMGs for masses, and we've got the Mantu glass cannon as well. It's brittle, it's squishy, and the MP9 trying to bait him in, and he connects the first shot here. But now they know the orbs on the other side of the map. They're ready for the A execution. CTs too have some presence here, but it's down to Sin. He needs to find multiple frags to stand a chance, sitting in the flames and sprayed down by Nerds. Can Crimbo find anything? He gets some damage, but that might be it. They have to save, I think, at this stage. There's no chance of winning the round, and they need to make sure they recover the AWP going forward. They're going to go for it.
They're looking, but SunPayus, he's right burrowed in the smoke, overlooked by Crimbo. And Tabson doesn't even catch him on the re-peek.
They're going to hunt.
Yeah, they want to take it all away, and this MAC-10's definitely got a lot of bang for its buck, hasn't it?
Run, Mantu, run.
Taking it all away. God, you can feel the pressure Sin was under there. You can see it in his gameplay. Like, he knows the whole team's running and gunning at him.
Hit flames underneath him as well.
Swinging into the molly, you know, it's brutal. Mantu looks like he has done enough to hold on. I say that with bated breath as Nerds is coming in the right angle.
Oh, okay. I was about to say so vulnerable. It's a couple of shots and he's done for with no Kevlar. If he goes down, that's a massive problem. If he survives, he might be able to save the next round. He actually does take the AWP going forward. He's having a great performance so far, up to 22 kills. And in terms of the finances, though, there's no choice. They can't do anything with this. They'll have enough if they take the full eco now with $2,400 coming in next round. And you're right, it's that MAC-10 doing God's work, finding multiple frags, and SunPayus have applying the pressure towards Heaven, and they should have saved a bit earlier if you ask me, but it might have still been the same outcome with the pressure applied from ENCE, and we've got a DH Mac 10. He knows what he's up against here. He'll be the one leading the charge in towards what looks to be an A rush, boys.
Yeah, Mantu's AWPing dark, so sees it's clear, but it is just going to be Crimbo. So the round is essentially already over unless Crimbo does something otherworldly, and that'll be it.
Not a bad effort. He might get a double kill there. It sounds like what you expect from him in that sort of scenario. He goes above and beyond, but now, once again, Operation Save the AWP. Mantu of Kevlar, at least, he'll be still positioned towards dark.
Yeah, just going to try and maintain that. Wait for his teammates to join him in the buy department.
I think one of the problems for ENCE right now is you'd love to hunt and try and take away this AWP, because if you remove it, you have a sneaking suspicion they won't have enough cash in the next round to make it viable with armor and all of the nades. But you also can't give away too many more guns because of how close this game has been within this second half. So you need to make sure that you're starting to build the T-side economy as well. So the devil you know is better than the devil you don't, but that means that you will have to deal with an AWP next round that maybe you could have avoided otherwise. At least it'll allow Snappi to call into the known, right? It'll go, okay, well, we know it's a full gun round with an AWP in play. How do we want to operate here? And I say that, we've seen Big go for these more half investments when their cash sits around this margin.
Now, good point.
And they're the ones taking the timeout, so Gobby's having that conversation right now.
They've still got a nice buffer of rounds here. It's a close game, 12-9, but they don't have to win this round necessarily. They've still got an AWP, they could take the half buy around it, and they found success with that in the first half as well. So whether they'll deploy the same methodology is yet to be seen, but I think you might be onto something, Chad. Crimbo confirms it with the MP9 and lesser Kevlar, and I think there'll be more of the same here. So I don't hate it. It does apply a little bit of pressure to Mantu to dictate the pace of the round and find those opening picks if possible, but still a very serviceable setup with the AWP in the hands of Mantu. So whether they'll go for some aggression, try and take some territory early on is yet to be seen, or they could just play a very passive round using the smokes and try and whittle down the clock. So a couple of approaches to consider.
Oh, I don't know. Big don't back themselves individually. It upsets me. You're not allowing your players to show what they've got. I know they have a lead right now. It feels like a round they could have contested. This argument can be made until the cows come home one way or another, but that's not the point.
Oh, he's going to have to get two! Oh, he does! Shooting from the hip for the second.
Of course! Of course!
Back your players now! Mantu's demonstrating his proficiency on the AWP.
You love to see that. Just when he had to step up, he gets a hat-trick as he rotates in from middle and towards that temple, finds his third, and now SunPayus and Snappi looking at 6s and 7s. Not really much they can do. Segregated, bomb file removed, but the AWPer has found a little bit of space, can't convert the shot. If he managed to find that, maybe there's a plan, maybe there's a world they can scrape this round together, but I think that pretty much confirms it. They might just be on the save at this stage, and there it is, a 5 versus 2, all courtesy of Mantu.
Snappi can get... Oh, okay, so
chill out, boys.
Chill it out.
Yeah.
Everyone relax.
Be cool, guys.
50 seconds, still losable.
Yeah, especially if you do get caught out by SunPayus again. This is a good
You clearing this, Alex?
I'm not, but SunPayus might be. Okay, now he's probably going to be baited in. Lovely work. Missed shot, punished. Snappi.
How's the smoke?
Is the bomber priority? Getting that down, a nice reward?
It would be nice. If he could smoke off maybe
difficult
temple.
As well.
Oh, he needs to clear something. Ooh. Oh, sound you Snappi. Oh. Not happy with that one. It's going to go up to a 4-round lead now for Big. The money is still there for an ENCE buy, but Nerds will be light on maybe a Galil for him unless he can get a drop from one of his teammates, and they'll take the Galil on the nose.
I want to see, did Diha hit him? 2 times, okay.
Yeah, that's one of those must-trade scenarios where sometimes you don't trade.
Yeah, and you know it. And
it's a round-defining kill.
Committed to the spray.
That's where your teammates essentially let you down in that environment, right?
Yeah,
but that's going to happen sometimes.
A rare miss from Diha, but as Chad said, some resources left here, enough for a SunPayus AWP, and you might even favour Snappi with a Mac 10 in his hand. Bit of a beast with the SMG, and able to find the frag this time. It's prosus that pushes him back.
Though. It's Snappi take dark control and execute A. But now Snappi didn't get dark control.
Yeah. So then execute A all the same.
And they're just going to have to do it regardless. So Molotov in towards Cake. Smoke towards Heaven, flashes, and in we go, I suppose. Diha has to open up.
Yeah, he does. Straight out of the smoke, running, connecting with the AK. A lot of utility for this retake. Smoked off for now. Nert's forward position. Bomb down courtesy of Madden.
Giving it up. All right.
Really?
They'll take that all day. Oh, no, maybe not.
Repositioning? Coming in from beach side. Three of them have heaven.
They've got all the utility you could ask for. They can flush them out.
Congregate on that site side. It's going to be a big fight on Cake. Here comes that utility we discussed. Good flashes, connecting, isolating, pushing. Here comes Sin. He gets the info, but no frags, no blood is shed for Big Clan. It's all ENCE as a 10th round, a 3-round game now. ENCE's T side shaping up nicely.
Maybe should have given it up. Didn't really get much done there on the retake. Everyone swings out and gets removed by ENCE as they post double digits, 13-10. And there is another buy available here, but it's all down to Diha, that entry frag.
Yeah, very important kill, right? Because the pressure was on after losing Snappi early, and the util was already in the sky. So you're either getting this kill and giving yourself a chance at the round, or dying, and that's essentially it. It's all over, and Big likely win.
Well, we know how strong the ENCE T side can be on Anubis. It was the only map they picked up in the final of Gamers 8. They looked strong. They managed to get Diha running through those smokes, entering in towards that A bomb site time and time again. It was magnificent. And they're going to have to replicate that sort of form to recover this game, and that's a good start. And we'll see what Big bring into round number 24 here.
This is the last time out, Henry.
It is.
Right, and just to note, Tabson's bought a Silent Stem 4, and he's dropped it across. He didn't have enough money to justify this. Like, there was no armor behind it, and there was quite a conference he was having with God B there. This is a SunPayus highlight package. He seems to have just been all over the shop
on this.
It's fitting quite nicely, but look at this buy. We're talking about Big being conservative. This is the opposite. This is them going for a bit more of an on-meta type of purchase, considering the loss bonus. Actually, no, this is just strange. 2,400 into the next. Let's see what they can get done with this.
Yeah, SunPayus is feeling frisky. He's gone straight into the posting of the P-Peak. Lots of options for Snappi. Drive-by, only the one. Tabson's dead, though, through the smokes. Nerds connects. And that bomb's going down. ENCE, they should have this one.
Snappi in a MAC-10 is so fun to watch. Normally finds at least one kill. It was a very important one as well, leading the charge in towards the beach site. Maybe not quite done here, as we see Sin attempt a little bit of a retake there with the pistol, but ultimately saving the orb once again. Nice moves from ENCE there, picking up the pace. Round number 24 is theirs as they start to close the gap now. Anubis is looking quite good in the last couple of rounds for them.
Oh, I think that's dislocated.
Yeah, that's it's not a yoga stretch, is it? It's not going to limber you up.
4. That's the amount of times I think I've seen Snappi with a MAC-10 instead of an AK in his hands in this half.
You don't mind it. He's normally just working towards dark, right? So
yeah.
you're normally just going to be flashed in and jumping around the corner anyway.
Wide swinging.
And today's game as well, with the cheaper M4s available, a lot of CTs will go Kevlar, M4A1S, and utility over the helmet. So the MAC-10, if bought at the right time, can be a very deadly prospect in the right hands. And Snappi has shown it more than once this game, that's for sure.
Now, it has all worked out with Big in their investments here. Wasn't able to do the maps as quick as I would have liked right there. The Abacus, I left it at home today, but they will get a full buy thanks to the Mantu saved AWP. So there is the big green.
No helmets or 4 players about, so if the MAC-10's out again, it would be disastrous. But Snappi using the rifle this time. Diha makes his way towards A main with the bomb joining him as well. So a different setup here. And with some faster pace towards middle ace.
Very quick pace. And the space has come out. This is going to put the A defenders under a lot of pressure. If you've already lost mid,
wide open.
Yeah, they're not even acknowledging it.
Crimbo's been so focused on his nade.
No one's watching Connector. Come on.
Here they come, boys.
Oh, Crimbo's going to get caught completely off guard.
Hi, Crimbo.
Bye. Mantu, what have you got for us? It would have to be something rather ridiculous. Now they know where you are. You're a dead man. Rocking a hard place on A main for Mantu. They're trying to bail him out with dark push. But hang on, he still hits one. Confirms the bomb. Flank is fast. Distraction from Con.
God, that's
flash is good. Flash. Push is good. prosus needs the connection. He hasn't delivered. And Tabson with 1 before he falls, but it's not enough. A 1-round game now.
Moments, though. Moments where that could have really gone wrong, right? It got very hectic there. Diha's the guy who kills the AWPer, gets the bomb, and nobody's watching the flank for him. I feel his pain here a lot. Everyone else is focused for the other extremities coming in, but the flank's where the problem is.
In terms of buying time, Mantu was absolutely buggered there, and he still somehow found, what, a good 10 seconds? If he could hold on for maybe 2 more, the flank could have completely disrupted ENCE's assault in towards A. Either way, They take the round, but it wasn't comfortable. They'll call another timeout here, allow Saw to chime in. It's down to 1 round. Big lead 13-12, and their finances under a lot of scrutiny here. I think it's another classic half by ENCE with everything in their favor to tie things up here. It's their 3rd timeout. Starting to look more comfortable here on the T side, stringing 3 rounds together. Big starting to drop off now.
Saw, coach of ENCE, or as they affectionately refer to him, boss man.
So he's the big boss, Snappi's a little boss.
Little boss and big boss. But yeah, I think you can kind of feel his
boss
aura.
Baby as well.
The amount of respect.
He's coming next week.
Okay,
yes,
that's Jason, right? I hope he's not watching.
No,
he'll hate that so much.
Yeah, but you know, if he's not here from the
he's at the
start,
airport right now, I think.
He's going to cop a couple.
That's
right. Going to happen. You're going to cop a couple if you're not here to defend yourself.
True.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Well, this one is going to be a rather bleak day in the office for Big. You've got yourself some sidearms. You have got yourself some smokes, but ENCE are not one of those teams that will find themselves feeling like their clock is the greatest adversary. They've got intentions off of the rip.
Oh, that flash is absolutely
Crimbo. Wow, just a full white screen.
Yeah, he couldn't be more blind.
But look at the detail there. They do the A main smoke, the baskets, molly, and the flash. Everything's covered. And that's what you want to see, especially when you know that you're up against a weirder type of purchase like this. Take less risks. You have the util, you have the weapon advantage. You may as well use it. Now for Big, I wonder if this becomes more about scavenging weapons, doing damage. Can still, be able to get a couple of kills here, carry through some AKs. Won't be the end of the world for Big.
Yeah, they've got max loss bonus, right? And still like above $2,000 in most cases. And saving at least 1 AK would just be enough. That would be a kind of a successful round. You weren't planning on winning this one, and they're just going to hold on to the rifle here.
Does it feel like they've abused A lot though? Like in this last patch of rounds, it's either been like the snappy dark control into the A play. It's been a couple more either mid direct towards A. So if you're Big, are you going to now have an aggressive move to try and deal with this?
I guess like ENCE finding a completely empty middle, knowing that Big need to rectify that. That's where you have the mental edge, I suppose. Now, like ENCE can start playing with the B bomb side a little bit more.
Yeah.
They've shown that they are aware of the vulnerabilities towards middle. The fact you can walk all the way through with 3 players with no contact and kill them in the back, that's going to be a massive cause for concern for the German side here. They've got to fix that issue, but ENCE are aware of it. So they continue with the same sort of approach? I don't think so. I think they'll know they have that sort of an advantage right now, and maybe just go for some brutal knockout blows here towards that B bomb side. But in terms of the objective here, Big do save at least a rifle as ENCE tied things up. We're going the distance here, round number 27 as it goes 13-13.
Yeah, maybe there's some scheduling fans rocking in right now expecting to see Monty versus MIBR, the final series of the day. Now look, if you didn't tune in for EG versus MIBR, you actually missed a pretty good series. It was a 16-1 on map number 1, which was not part of the good series. But the next 2 maps back-to-back, Mirage and Nuke, were both overtime games, right? And it was actually a really hard-fought affair. So MIBR have had a little bit of a rest. They'll be taking on Monty after this matchup concludes. I think there's about 30-35 minutes from the end of this game. So if it's 2-0, we're only about half an hour behind schedule. Oh, aggression. We spoke about it.
Like that. So what posted up on A main, he's overlooked by SunPayus' angle.
How's he got there so quickly?
That's crazy. Rapid.
Yeah, he had no idea. Mantir, a huge scalp to take so early on in the round as well. He's been the one that's been delivering the goods more often than not. 26 kills, silenced early as they wait for the CT reaction. And there's one coming as well. Nerds, more than ready. One of the absolute stars of this ENCE lineup. Looking for a double kill, gets nothing, but SunPayus will maintain the man advantage and cracks the A bomb side wide open here. No one else to defend. Dihao with the bomb. If they can transition him over, they're really onto something. But Sin and Tabsin inquiring as to what's going on the extremities of the map. And there's Madden. There it is, great kill.
Hold on, maybe Sin can hit that head and make it an interesting mid-round here. Bomb's going A, that's for sure. Yeah. Is it for sure? D has trapped now. Prosus with 9 bullets in the magazine. He's got teammate to push with him. Molly's going to flush him out. Has to go wide. Ooh, damage was inflicted, but they do isolate the duel. SunPayus, how do you win this? Goes for the no-scope, but that's what Big Clan needed. It took him a while.
That's weird, considering SunPayus got the kill on A and he had full control of the site as well. He was in there. I think he might be a bit frustrated with that. Why didn't the bomb transition over? Why were they still exploring their options in towards B? It all falls apart, and you can see Dia trying to make that adjustment, gets caught in transition. It was too late, and SunPayus did all of this good work. He got, what, 2 kills this side of the map? It was wide open, and then, yeah, caught in transition. Dia should have got out of there way sooner than he did, and the round falls apart. Big take the lead here. That's a massive one for them to pick up.
4th and final timeout for ENCE. That's all 8 timeouts, so both teams expending every second of time with the coach on the mic. If we do go to overtime, neither will be able to contribute on the comms. This is where you have to let Jesus take the wheel. And for both these teams, you turn towards the Tabs and you turn towards the Snappi and you say, can you call us across the line?
Or Zeus take the wheel, you know, whatever, a god of your choosing.
That's true. Buddha. There's a bunch of them out there. Rushley's one of mine.
Yeah.
Some of you worship Elon Musk. You know, there's plenty of people out there.
I'm more of a Rushley fan.
Yeah, he's my true
Yeah.
god. The one.
Hey, oh my God, mate, you got to, it's serious business right now, no funny business.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on, SunPayus is burning and aggression from Sin on main. Madden's trying to project mid. Mantu's just given up the angle, Hank.
Yeah, just as he's starting the probe as well. So he knows middle's been open more often than not. So will he just call for the boys to go for the A split once again? I think they're going for it. There are two CTs residing, Sin and Crimbo. And in terms of the contact play, I think that's what's going to be presented here. Madden to hold the rotations.
They're screwed. One from Sin, need a whole lot more of that, but actually he has taken a lot of the wind out of the sales event.
But look where Madden is.
CT
Yeah.
spawn. Oh
Yeah.
dear,
They're
he can hear them
rotating
coming.
This is going to be one hell of a clip from Madden. He gets the first, the nade right at the toes. Mantu down to 30. The round falls into place to equalize.
There's still a slight chance here, but after that great job, Madden confirms the round. As they exchange blows here, the problem is, in terms of the cash, Big have absolutely nothing. $2,900 into the next round. Mantu has no choice but to save. Self-preservation is key once again here. Round save, that mid-push and timing working in favor for Madden.
Yeah, Madden's a bit of a weed, isn't he? Like he's a nuisance. He's just popping up all over the map, places you don't want him to be. Big just running knife in their hand straight into him. Mantu very fortunate to be alive. And we tie things up once again. So at this moment, you mentioned the finances. Sure, they are going to get the 2,900 loss if Mantu stays alive, which he will.
And with the FAMAS hold on. The FAMAS is available.
Almost had to eat my words.
MP9s, I'm sure they will buy. I'm not 100% sure. You'd assume
Mantu can
so.
drop one, right?
Yeah.
So Mantu can drop one, or they hedge again. But actually, it looks like they might be hedging again. I see 5-7s getting purchased. We're seeing Tabson go into an M4 just with Kevlar. He'll have enough money with Max Loss Bonus and Connect to do the same type of a purchase with a little bit more, and the AWP. So they're being threatening in this round, but essentially playing for overtime are big.
Yeah, that's one way to frame it for sure. Not choosing to fully invest. They want to have two attempts.
They've got enough to win a round.
They've won,
to be clear.
Yeah, with a buy like this, we saw Mantu rock up with the AWP and get 2 big kills towards middle previously.
So this, like Chad said, hedging their bet. So they'll get 2 opportunities here. So it's still a serviceable round. Mantu, again, with the pressure on his shoulders, but they've got a secondary rifle as well. That could be enough if they play the cards right, bring a little idea, a gimmick, as Golf pointed out many times when he casted with us. That's the kind of play you need to bring to the table here, but it's A main control granted towards ENCE. Bear in mind, Mantu playing a more passive position this time, up and towards heaven. The flashbangs, the smoke's being deployed though. Diha loves this entry kill. Can't deliver the goods this time, looking for multiple if possible. Finally connects the dots. He's on for 3. Shut down by Mantu, who started to hit everything with the AWP. It's going to be a 3-on-3, and now prosus tested towards dark.
Yeah, that smoke is luring him forward. prosus, he's got so much pressure on his shoulders here, but still delivers on the 5-7. Madden down, Nerds dead on main. Big clan, they brought it in. Down to a 1 versus 3. This is their round to lose now.
SunPayus is in the matrix in this moment. The fact that he's calling the bluff, he knew that the AWP of Mantu was over towards that A site with the double kill. He knows the rotation to help out. Tabson over towards B's come on through. He's in, empty site, bomb getting planted. Mantu rotating over, but he's not here in time.
He's going to get some info though, right? He can say that he hasn't crossed main side. Heaven to be concerned about. Tabson to join him. And he's pushed all the way deep now towards the beach side. Why do I feel like this is such a guarantee for SunPayus?
They have no idea where he is. He's got the HE to work with as well. The defuse kit's on Mantu, who has low HP. So the HE, if he can place it well, it would deny the defuse. Does he just commit to it?
He's going to stick it. He's going to stick it. He's got it.
Just like that.
He's got it.
Just like that. SunPayus thought he'd overgamed it. Thought he'd have a little bit more of a chance. The HE could have been a miracle.
I was hoping he had some sort of set play to deny the defuse of the HE. Unfortunately not.
You bang on, though, with the Mantu comment, Alex. The fact that he couldn't get back towards Fountain, it limited the amount of positions he could be in. And well, SunPayus didn't know that Mantu was in that position, because when he played the clutch previously, he could actually stretch his legs. That's when he got the better of Mantu in the 1v1 by playing pool over towards B main. This time around, tabseN has to only worry about 2 angles, unless a miracle had happened and SunPayus had taken flight. This is for overtime now.
ENCE trying to avoid a third map. Big Clan tenacious here on ENCE's pick. Nades.
Good info play.
Oof.
This is a change. They know it's going to be over towards A right now. Crimbo can batten down the hatches. Oh, Snappi's giving up the life. 4v5.
Surely now Crimbo and Sin, you start to immediately recoil at the idea of a full A commit. You have util. Crimbo's was already holding a forward position cake side. They will be mollying this, or at least they have been.
They've been testing this A side time and time again. One final attempt to take us to overtime. 5-on-4 to the SunPayus to breach the bomb spot. He's done an amazing job to open things up. He's carrying them in towards overtime. 3 versus 2 now. Mantu and prosus on the retake. They're so far removed from the situation, though. Smoked off as well. A couple of flashes remain for ENCE. Have they done enough? It looks good, but Mantu, he's been playing so well. They've got smokes available and defuse kits. Final round, they have to go for it.
Yeah, prosus is going to be having contact at the same time. SunPayus trying to play the fade. Madden. He's dead as well as Mantu's frag connecting. So it's all on to Diha for overtime. Bomb is ticking. They've got time to crawl in. prosus hits the shot and Big Clan have done it. Securing themselves a third. We do go the distance.